Edu-Magicians, welcome to the Edu-Magic Podcast with your host, Dr. Sam Fessich. Dr. Sam is a professor of education, author of Edu-Magic, and a pumpkin spice latte fan. This podcast is designed for pre-service teachers. Remember, friends, teaching doesn't begin at graduation, but during that first class at 8 a.m. Let's get this party started.
Hey y'all, I'm Casey Bell from the Shake Up Learning Show, a part of the Education Podcast Network, just like the show you're listening to now. Shows on the network are individually owned and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other interesting education podcasts at edupodcastnetwork.com.
Hello, Edu-Magicians, and welcome back to another episode of the Edu-Magic Podcast. My name is Dr. Sam Fessich, and today starts off a three-part series for this week, where I'm going to share some strategies that I learned about from an event here at the college called Keep Calm and Study On. Today, I'm focusing on email etiquette, a recipe for success. So, I know that yesterday might have been the last day of summer, but that doesn't mean we can't dive into a delicious summertime treat like a s'more, right? Writing an email is like making the perfect s'more treat. Just stay with me. As an associate professor of education, I get a lot of emails every day. My inbox goal for the end of the week is 0, but sometimes I don't get there. Let's talk about what an email is and how to write the perfect email. So an email is professional correspondence between a student or a few students and myself. Knowing how to write an email and what to include in your email will help carry you through into your professional career. So whether you're a future teacher listening to this episode, learning how to write a professional email is going to be great if you're job searching. Whether you're a student and your teacher has assigned you this episode to listen to, learning how to write a professional email is going to help you later on in your career. So as a professor, when I'm looking through my email, I'm scanning through my email, I'm looking for a few ingredients to prioritize my inbox. So your email should be like a yummy s'more treat. Let's break it down. And if I could beatbox, I totally would here. However, I can't, so we're just going to share the recipe. The bottom graham cracker is your subject line. So just at a quick glance, I can look to see who the email is from and what it's about in that subject line. Having a clear and concise subject line is absolutely key. Here's an example of a great subject line. EDUC 204, that's the course code, digital portfolio question. In this subject line, I can easily see the name of the class and what the email is going to be about. Never, ever, 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 ever leave that subject line blank. You always want to put some information in there. Next up in our lovely s'more recipe is the chocolate bar. I'm a fan of Hershey's chocolate bars. You got to get 3 segments of that bar on your graham cracker, and it's delicious. So that next part in your email is addressing the recipient professionally. So once I open up the email message, I'm looking to see how it's addressed. Edu-Magicians, please don't write just hey or hi or yo or whatever you have going on there. Remember, you're writing a professional email. Keep it professional. So the key ingredient number 2 is to address the individual who you're sending it to in a respectful manner. So for example, hi, Doctor, hi, Mrs., hi, Mr., hi, Miss, whatever it might be, putting their last name there. So having a greeting and addressing the person respectfully. Now, the marshmallow in our s'more is kind of like that sticky, gooey stuff that keeps the whole s'more delicious and yummy and together, right? For our email recipe, this is going to be your content. It's going to be your email content, making sure that it is clear. Your email content should be clear about what you have to say or question that you have to ask. If you mention I included an attachment, double check that you actually included it, right? PDF, JPEG, whatever it might be. Double check and triple check your spelling and your grammar. Be mindful as you're writing the email about the purpose of your email. Are you sending it to inform somebody, ask a question or clarification, engage in conversation? Remember your purpose as you're writing your email, keeping it clear and concise. If you have multiple questions, you might want to bullet point those in your email or set up a time to meet with the professor during office hours. And if office hours don't work for you, send a couple of days and times within the week that can work well for you. And then our last part of our recipe is the top graham cracker, squishing it all together, which it would be in our email recipe, the signature, which is a must-have. Don't just, send the email without putting your name on it, or don't just send the email with just your first name. Make sure you put your first and last name on there. You might want to include some information in your signature, like graduation year, major, pronouns, maybe an inspirational quote. And if you're looking to create a awesome signature, you can do it over on Canva. You can create a great picture signature that you can embed right within your signature line of your email system. A couple of more things, because we just can't leave an EduMagic episode without some sprinkles. So we have some add-ins that you might want to think about, some ways to make that email pop a little bit more. One of them would be, again, double checking your grammar and spelling, reading through the email before you click send. So you might want to draft that email. Don't put the recipient in there yet. Draft your email, check your spelling, check your grammar, read it over out loud, read it over in your head, and then click send. If you're writing your email late at night, like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, your professor probably might not be up. You can always schedule it to send later. So you can schedule to go out at 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. or 1 p.m. the next day. So if you're drafting your email, you're writing it out, you can always have it scheduled to send later. Think about the tone that you're using when you're writing your email. Avoid using all caps. Please don't write like you text. So you want to make sure you use full sentences, proper punctuation. Again, double checking that grammar and spelling. My mom always told me, Sam, never, ever, ever leave a situation angry. So always try to resolve it. So this advice really applies to emails too. Don't send an email when you have heightened emotions, when you're angry, you're upset, because once you click send, you can't get it back so easily. So take a breath, take a beat, think about the purpose of the email. Give yourself some think time before you engage in that conversation. What's the purpose here? Would it be better to have a conversation with somebody about it? Because sometimes when we read emails, there's no intonation. We can't read the person's body language or tone in their voice when we're reading those emails. Maybe there's a miscommunication. Also, friends, please do not expect an immediate response, like within the hour. So be patient. I suggest waiting 36 hours before sending another email message or following up. So give the person some time to read and respond to that email. Speaking of reading email, you can't respond to email if you don't read it, right? So actually read the email that your professors and faculty and staff are sending to you. Read it over carefully. Respond to the email. That's great. Respond to that email thoughtfully and in a timely manner. So friends, if you head on over to the show notes, you're going to find a little checklist that has this little s'more breakdown of our email etiquette. And coming up tomorrow, we're going to share some time management tips that are going to help you out and support you throughout your college career. Until then, you have the EduMagic within you. Bye for now.
There you have it, EduMagicians. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends. For more EduMagic, check out sfessage.com and follow Dr. Sam on Twitter and Instagram @sfessage. Until next time, you have the EduMagic within you.